No, he is not going to be here. What happened to Sai? Here comes. All right. So, question to you all. What is the topic that we are going to learn today? Or what are the things that we are going to learn today? Some of you are in the WhatsApp group where I post the topic names that we are going to cover. So, okay. Yes, beta. Louder.
We're going to simplify rational expressions.
Rational expressions. So we are going to deal with rational expressions, how you manipulate rational expressions, how do you multiply them, divide them, how do you split them, simplify them. Those are some of the things that we are going to do to make sure that we are very, very comfortable dealing with them. So let's do a quick roll call and we'll get started. So we have Ashwini. So what's your name, beta?
Saranya.
Louder, beta.
My name is Saranya.
Saranya. Okay, now I remember. So we have Saranya, we have Chris, we have Om, we have Praneeth, Purvi, and then Riya, Tansi, and Varun. And there is one more kid named Rajya Lakshmi. That is Alekhya. Is that you? Okay. You guys can.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, beta.
that's Alekhya.
That's Alekhya. That's good. Okay. All right. So let's get started. Can you guys move your table a little bit back and shift this way? No, I'm asking for Arush and Sahit. Move it a little bit back so that you can shift this way. I can see you guys. Be careful with the table, okay? This flips. Yeah. Okay. Now it's better. So we have to talk about rational expressions and the manipulation with rational expressions, and then we will use some basic techniques for dealing with them. First question to you all. Okay, so Purvi had asked me a question in the previous class that why you have marked or why you have not cleaned one part of the board. And the answer to that was that this is the section of the board where you have reflection. Correct? So that's why I'm not using that part of the board because of the light. Okay, when we are doing the class in the daytime, this problem will not be there. So, rational expression. Who can tell me what do we mean by rational expression? And don't hesitate to teach your teacher, it's okay. Yes, Chris.
Even in a fraction with like x and y or something like that. Like
Okay.
3x over 2 or something like that plus 5x minus 8.
Okay. That's one way to look at it. Any other definition? Okay. Yes, Praneeth.
An expression that's like in the form of a fraction.
Expression that is in the form of fraction. Okay. Om.
They're like polynomials in a fraction.
Polynomials in the form of fraction. Okay. That's getting more serious. How about you, Saranya? Any thoughts? Make mistakes, be happy about it.
Is it like related to rational numbers?
It's like a rational expression that I'm talking about. So it's obviously related to rational numbers. Purvi, any thoughts? You don't know? It's okay. That's why we are here. Otherwise, if you guys know everything, why to waste time with this old man? Okay, coming back to rational expression. So the way we always decode things is we always start with the medium of communication. Our medium of communication is English here, right? It will not be given a name called Chole chart, right? You all know what is Chole chart, right? Probably Aloo Tikki chart, some chart. Yeah. It will not be given this name because there is no relevance here. if it's saying rational expression, there is a reason for it. My name is Biren. You will not see my name as Scott. I don't look like Scott, right? So what I'm saying is, this is given a name because of reason. Now let's decode the name and figure out what is the meaning of it. Okay? So rational expression means something which has a form of, which is in the form of rational number, and it is also an expression. Now everybody knows what is expression, right? You don't need me to bore you guys one more time. Do you want me to?
No.
Yeah. Okay. So I have not bored you yet, but I'm assuming that you guys already know. Right, Purvi? Tansi? What is expression? No doubt. I need acknowledgement before I proceed. You guys know what is expression, right? Everybody? Ria? Chris? Yeah? Okay. All right. So going with the assumption that expression means something which is written without an outcome. If I say 4x plus 3, it's an expression. There is nothing coming out of this. Sorry for the light, it will turn off. Yeah. So if I have something which doesn't give an outcome, that is expression. Yeah? This is also an expression. There is no outcome, there is no equal to sign. Now when you relate this, and when we talk about rational numbers, we are essentially talking about a fraction. Yeah? Where you have a numerator and you have a denominator. Here when we say rational, so this is relating to the rational number and this is relating to the expression part. Now when you combine these two things, that is when we are essentially talking about rational expressions. So now look at 4x squared plus 2x minus 7 divided by x plus 2. X minus 2. This is in the form of a rational number and this is full of expressions. Yeah? That is why it is called rational expression. Is this starting point looking okay so far to everybody? Saranya? So the obvious victim of me are the kids in their first or second classes, because that is when I am checking with all the new kids to make sure that they are able to catch up with my speed or my way of explaining things. Okay, because we are dealing with a stranger for the first time, right? So that's why I am checking with you guys. So if I call out your names in the first class more often, don't get scared. It's only my own assessment to see if I am effectively reaching every child or not. Yeah. Okay? Alright. So this is rational expression. Now when somebody says we understood rational expression, but what to do with that? Okay, somebody says, who, I don't know who is that somebody, but somebody says, this is something very familiar. We have dealt with this enough. Fun begins. You're dealing with rational expression. You're trying to subtract this rational expression from this rational expression. Yeah? You're dealing with some knowns, some unknowns. X could be 1, it could be 7,000, it could be 20,000, 95,000. But how do we deal with them? What does change for us? Compared to, let's say, I am 500% sure that nobody in this class has any doubt about how to go about doing this. Yeah? Hey Shiv. But when I'm talking about this, let's say this is also subtraction, this is also subtraction. When I'm doing this, I'm very sure I know how to subtract a fraction from another one. Yeah? When I'm doing this, how is my life going to change? Don't try solving it. It's okay. It's okay. No, nobody should be putting effort for this. I want you guys to wrap your head around this one first, and tell me what does change. Does anything change? That's the question. Hey, it's okay. It's okay. Make a mistake. Saranya, Purvi, Tansi, anybody. Does anything change from a concept point of view when I'm doing this versus doing this? Om, any thoughts? Om is silently saying no.
It doesn't change.
It doesn't change. Saranya, you have the same opinion, beta, or you think differently?
Yeah, I think the same.
It's the same. Tansi, Pranit, with me?
Yeah.
Ria? Shiv? Does anything change when, I mean conceptually, or do you think, would there be anything that will change when I'm doing a subtraction of fraction versus subtracting one rational expression from another rational expression? Just give me your thoughts. I mean, you don't have to get the answer for this one. That we'll figure out. But conceptually, would anything change? That's my question to you guys. Shiv, what do you think?
Sir, sorry, I was a little late. I didn't actually hear much. I just came, so.
Okay. No, so let me repeat that for you. We are talking about rational expressions. We all know what is rational number. Rational number is nothing but fractions. Correct? So when we say rational expression, this is the expression. X plus 7, 2x plus 4. These are the form of expression which doesn't give any outcome. It's just an expression. Like your teacher is smiling in the class all time, doing nothing. Okay? There's no outcome. If you see me smile for half an hour, 45 minutes versus 4 hours, doesn't mean anything to you. Right? There's nothing that you'll take away from this class. Same way here, and Pranit, I'm sorry you're tired of this example, but that's the way I relate. Okay? So Pranit has been in my class for some time, and he has heard this example so many times. So that's why I was apologizing to him. Coming back to this one, I have this in the form of a rational number where I have a numerator and a denominator, and both have expressions. Yeah. This one also is a rational expression because this has expression in the denominator. Numerator is like a regular scalar number. A regular scalar, not a number. Yep. Is everybody able to follow me so far? Tansi?
Yes, sir.
Varun, you cannot hide from me.
Yes, sir.
Yep, everybody. Alright, so far we are very clear about what is a rational expression, and other thing that I learned from you guys, it was not my theory, you guys told me. So I'm going with that. I'm taking that as a learning for the day. That when we are dealing with any operation of rational numbers versus rational expressions, the underlying concept doesn't change. The concept remains the same. You'll use the same concept for dealing with it. So now let's look at it. Let's try solving this one. 1 by x plus 1. This is a problem that I cooked up on the fly. Okay, it has no bearing with any of the notebooks. You okay, beta? And let me just help me recall your name. Anjani, yes. So here, this is my rational expression that I am trying to solve. And the way we will solve is same thing. If I had a rational number to do, right, what we would have done? We would have found out the LCM of these two numbers. Let's say the LCM was 40. I mean, obviously it's 40 only. And then we would have picked up this number. Okay, 8 times, how many times of 8 is 40? Okay, 5. Multiply that with the numerator. Okay, this is my first one. Then, how many times of this is 48? Multiply that with the numerator 2. And then we have dealt with this. Exactly same thing we'll do with this guy also. Because you guys told me. It's not me. You guys told me. I'm going to put the blame on you all. Okay? You guys told me that nothing changes. The approach is the same. So that's what we'll follow. And you were right. I'm not blaming you guys. I'm saying that your understanding of the approach, solution approach was right. There was nothing wrong about it. So for me, I will treat this as one number and this as another number. Okay. So my LCM would be x plus 1 times x plus 7. And then pick this part, x plus 1. So x plus 1 is already there. How many times of this gives me this whole thing? What is missing is x plus 7. This times the numerator, which is 1. Okay. Let me put it inside a bigger bracket. And then I have minus sign and do the same thing here. I have x plus 7 already here. How many times of this will give me the whole thing? What is missing is this part. So x plus 1 is missing times what I have in the numerator. Then you guys know how to go about it. Is that making sense to everybody or?
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah? Saranya, Tansi,
Yes,
Alekhya, Varun. See, this time Varun was very quick, very prompt. Say, okay, before sir calls out my name, let me raise my hand. And that's fine. It's my only intent is to make sure that there's nobody in the class who assumes that I understood. It's my duty to make sure that I have enough kids in the class till the time I'm able to pay attention to each one of you. Okay, so I will check with each one of you. Bear with me. I'm not trying to put anybody on the spot. It's just my attempt to make sure that I'm able to reach you guys. Yeah. So this is the approach part. Now you guys know how to multiply expressions, right? Everybody knows. When you have to multiply this, you'll first multiply this with the whole thing, then plus multiply this with the whole thing, and then you break it open. Yeah. So now let's deal with some real life problem. Whatever I was doing so far were hypothetical in nature. I made it up. I cooked up this problem. Now let's look at what are the kind of problems that you guys will deal with, and then we'll keep on peeling up the onions one by one. Is everybody ready? With a notebook and pen?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Let's see. So this is what happens after a certain point in time. I started wearing glasses to see things better. Now I take off my glasses to see things better. That's what happens when you start approaching 50. Okay. Alright, so let's pick up one problem. The problem is this. The problem says that 3 by x squared plus 5x minus 24 minus 7 by x minus 3. Which expression is equivalent to the above difference? So you have this as one rational expression and this is another rational expression. And what you are trying to do is find out the difference between this and this. Basically you are trying to subtract this from this one. Says you have 4 options. Minus 4 divided by x squared plus 4x minus 27. Second option is minus 4 divided by x squared plus 4x minus 21. Third option is minus 7x plus minus 53 divided by x squared plus 4x minus 24. And the fourth option is minus 7x plus 59 divided by x squared plus 5x minus 24. Okay, so these are the 4 options we had. Yes, Om.
Does that say x squared plus 5x minus 4?
I will read it for you guys one more time. So this is, first expression is 3 by x squared plus 5x minus 24. 2 and 4, okay? Minus 7 by x minus 3. Says which of this is equivalent to the above difference. So basically you have 4 options. And for each one of you, just bear with my lecture for next 30 seconds and then you guys can start. So when you have a problem like this, you have to always look at couple of techniques. One is called elimination technique. You certainly don't want to waste your precious time looking at, see, out of the 4 options you have, only 1 is correct. 3 are wrong. So it is in your interest to make sure that you eliminate the unwanted options as soon as you can without making a wrong judgment. Okay? And then this theory which everybody in the class hates except Anjani and Saranya. I always emphasize on reading the question a couple of times, then analyzing or making your plan, how you're going to approach that problem, and then you come to solving it. So this is my silver bullet. N stands for Nike. Nike is just do it. So you do the problem or solve the problem in the last stage. You read the question enough, analyze, put your thought process around it, and then you do it. Okay? So that was only for Saranya and Anjani, for whom it is the first class. Everybody else has heard this enough. So now with that speech, I will go on mute. I want you guys to try solving it or at least come up with your blueprint for how you will solve this, okay? And the time that we have is only 3 minutes. I don't want you guys to spend a lot of time solving it because I'm just trying to emphasize that we should be very clear about the approach. So next 3 minutes is yours. I'll go on mute. Can I assume everybody is trying? Chris,
Yes.
Saranya, Ria, everybody. Purvi, Om. Go wrong. I love that. I want you guys to go wrong. But don't be shy when it comes to trying. Yes, Priya.
Is it B?
I will just take a note down your answer for now. While everybody else is trying, you might want to review. You might want to review what you thought, how you approached it, because review is another thing that we all have to get used to. Okay? That will make your chances better in every exam. So since you solved it as a first student, use the wait time for your review. Okay? Always doubt yourself. No, I'm not saying doubt yourself, meaning use the time effectively. Yeah. Okay, I got one option.
Sir, I also got B.
You also got B? Okay, I got
I
two.
got two.
Sorry, Vita?
I got B too, sir.
You also got B. 3 votes for B. This could become our obvious elect.
My answer was also P.
Majority.
I also got B.
Clean sweep. Okay. And trust me. Yep. Yeah.
Can you read option C again?
Option C is minus 4 divided by x squared plus 4x minus 21. Sorry, my bad. My option C is minus 7x minus 53 divided by x squared plus 4x minus 24. Minus 7x minus 53 divided by x squared plus 4x minus 24. Yep.
This is active. I think it's C.
You are saying C?
I think.
Okay. At least this contestant had some respect. Okay.
I also got C.
You also got C? C? Now it looks like the election that this time when California votes started adding for.
Oh, I think I also got C. I messed up.
Okay. See, Om has triggered a viral thing here in the group. Okay. Yes, Shiv. What did you get?
Sir, I feel like I think I got a different answer. It's not on this.
It's not one of the 4 options.
Yeah, because I got -4 above x cubed plus 2x squared minus 39x plus 72.
Okay. Okay. Let's see. We'll see. But yeah, I'll probably give 1 more minute and then we'll start. Is there anybody in the class who wants to give me in 1 vote to one of the contestants? Saranya, how about you, beta?
I think I now think it's A.
You think it's A? See, this guy was about to get his, I don't know what it's called in English. I know a Hindi term for this one. I'll figure it out. In Google will help me with that. Yep. Oh, go
I
ahead.
got C, but I had 5x instead of 4x.
You had 5x instead of 4x. Okay, we'll see. All right. So everybody has given the options. Now, some of you who did not probably is still working on it. Just in the interest of time, we'll move on. Now, the one that I brag about. Praneeth, I did not hear your answer. What happened?
I'm still working on it.
You're still working on it? Okay. Alright, so now allow me to continue with this and bear with my non-stop speech. So here, I had 3 by x squared plus 5x. I'm in this phase of reading the question again and again. Because that's what I keep talking about. And if I myself don't follow that, you guys will stop trusting me. So I'm in the reading phase. Then I will analyze and then I'll read. Okay, so the question says 3 by x squared plus 5x minus 24 minus x by 7 by x minus 3. Okay, so this is a rational expression. This is a rational expression. We are trying to subtract this. And the question says which of the options are correct. So there's not much that I can read. I mean, I can read it 2 more times and that will not give me anything tangible from this. So I'll probably stop reading it here. Now I am thinking. My brain woke up. It was sleeping so far. It woke up and thinking, okay, so numerators are all numbers, scalars. Our problem is here. I have a quadratic equation here and I have a linear equation here. I mean, linear expression and quadratic expression. I mean, I want you guys to read my mind. I mean, you don't get to read my mind. I'm thinking it loud. So I have a quadratic expression here and I have a linear expression here. Is there something common between these two guys? Is there something common between those two guys? Because otherwise I'll end up multiplying the whole thing. That will become a little complicated from a calculation point of view. Because I'm a very stingy guy. I don't want to put a lot of effort. I'm trying to see where I can save some effort. So if, let's say, this becomes x minus 3 plus into something, okay, if I can factorize this whole thing, then this will become, let's say, x minus 3 into, let's say, x plus 8. I'm just making it up. If that becomes, then my LCM thing will be easier. I don't have to do a lot of multiplication. Yes, Pranay.
I got C, but instead of 4x, I got 5x.
Okay, maybe I wrote it down wrong, but that's okay. Right now we are in the thinking process. Okay, so I got this expression, this is another expression, and what I'm grappling with right now, I'm just thinking, do I have a way to split this or factorize this expression? If I can, then finding out the LCM of these two will be easier. My whole calculation will become easier. Yeah? Am I thinking in the right direction right now? Am I thinking in the right direction, guys? Yeah? I want you guys to think the same way. I'm not saying that you should be afraid of putting effort, but you should put the effort in a smart way. That's what we are trying to get ourselves guided towards. So now, my next attempt, before I try solving any of the problem, is to see if I can factorize this. Let's see if I can factorize this. X squared plus 5x minus 24 equal to 0. Let's see if I try to factorize this. Here, this is not relating to any of my standard formulas. A plus b whole square, a minus b whole square, or a square minus b square. Yeah? Because this gives a square plus 2ab plus b square, I have this as minus. So this is certainly not aligning with any of the formula. Yeah? Are you guys with me so far? So the standard formula is not helping me. What I can do, can I use the second approach where I compare this with my standard form of the quadratic equation and multiply a and c. So a and c will give me 1 into minus 24. That gives me minus 24. Now, what can I do to get a 5x? Let's see. How do I split this minus 24? Let's say 24 first. 24, what are the factors of 24? 1 into 24, 2 into 12, 3 into 8. Seems I'm getting a clue. 6 into 4. But which of the combination will get me a 5? 8 and 3. And I have to get a plus 5, meaning the bigger number is plus, smaller number is minus. That means I can go with 3x and 5x combination. 3x and 8x combination. And what will I do is, I will break this into x squared plus 8x minus 3x minus 24. Now you look at this. 8 and minus 3 multiplied gives you minus 24. This and this, 1 and minus 24 multiplied gives you minus 24. So this is matching. Our breakdown is looking okay. Saranya, Chris, Purvi, Tansi, everybody with me so far?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
So I have just found a way to factorize this. Now if I keep these two together and these two together and find out the common things here. Here I'll take x as common, it becomes x plus 8. And here I'll take 3 common, it becomes x plus 8 again. So my factors are x minus 3 into x plus 8. Now when you look at this, see, you have x minus 3, x plus 8. We have something common between both the expressions. So this was the motivation. When I was breaking my head with these two things, I was not wanting to multiply this like a normal multiplication of polynomials. I was trying to find an easier shortcut way to save some time from my calculation. Now things are going to look much easier. So with this, now you can say this is x3 by x minus 3 into x plus 8 minus 7 by x minus 3. It's easy. My LCM is going to be this into this. Now here I have both the things, so this becomes 3 minus 7. So when you look at this guy, this is already there. What is missing is x plus 8, and you multiply that with the numerator. What you have? 3 minus 7x, 7 8 is 56, divided by whatever. Now I can say this or I can say this, doesn't matter, both are same. Yep. What do I get in the numerator here? 3 minus 7x minus into this minus 56, so it becomes minus 7x plus minus 53 divided by this whole thing. So what will you do here? Oh, this is okay. My bad. I am a stupid guy when it comes to writing down the question. So this was 5x like you guys noted down. These were the options. Let me read the question one more time, okay? Because I probably did not read it carefully. Yeah. First one has minus 4x, sorry, x square plus 4x. So this one had 4x, this one was okay. Second one had also 4x. Third one had 5x. And the fourth one had 5x. Okay. So some of you who were contesting or talking about this being 5x was actually right. I did not copy paste properly. So now coming back to this, whichever has this as a denominator or this as a denominator is my first choice. What I'm going to do, 4x thing I'm going to rule out. It's not needed. This also has 4x. This is also ruled out. So only these two guys have 5x. And my answer is minus 7x minus 53. Minus 7x minus 53. So all of you who got this was the right answer. Okay. So here, what is the takeaway? The takeaway was this. That look, when you are in this phase of analysis is not about checking what you know or being ready to put a lot of hard work. Analysis is about minimizing your effort, and that is where I start thinking that can I split this? I might have got a negative response for this. I don't have the option to split it. Then I don't have a choice. I just simply multiply it. But if it splits, my whole calculation was much simpler. I did not have to do that lengthy calculation in the first place. Yeah? So that is where this analysis phase will help you cut down on the effort that you will put. So say when you gave me the example of it's getting x cube, that was because you multiplied this and that got you x cube. Okay? But we had to find out a way to cut it down. Make sense? Now, there is another thing that I have to teach you guys. That is how you solve math without solving it. Okay? Now, and that is the technique called technique of elimination. But before I move on, Tansi, Saranya, Ria, Praneeth, everybody okay with whatever I did? Om okay?
Yeah.
Chris making sense?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Purvi, fine with her?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Alekhya, I know Alekhya's audio is not working, but I'm assuming you're able to hear me okay? Okay. So this was one thing. Now the second aspect of solving a problem is when you're talking about MCQ, multiple choice questions, it's not just about solving and getting the answer. It's about also finding out ways to eliminate the unwanted answers. Right? This, let's say we are in this classroom, it's just not about keeping this room clean. It's about taking the dirt out. This was the dirt, this was the dirt, this was the dirt. How you are identifying which one to throw out? If I throw that barbecue machine, tomorrow it will be escalated by my wife. Why did you throw something that is needed? Likewise, if you would have kicked this option out, you are literally ignoring the score that you could get because of this question. So you have to make sure that you're eliminating the right one. Now if you look at this whole thing, by looking at this problem alone, if you could have made some assumptions, let's say, did you have the option of making some assumptions and taking out something? First of all, one thing is, if there's something common between these two guys, then my denominator will be this part only. So these two are the potential candidate of getting ruled out, because both have, in the denominator you have 4x, which has no relevance with this guy. You could also do that, okay fine, if I multiply these two, by any chance am I getting 4x? So maybe this might not apply in this question. It's super hot. Do you want me to turn on the AC here?
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Give me 2 minutes, guys, okay? I don't want to torture you guys. Alright. Okay. So mostly I close the door so that right now it's not hot outside. So we'll just get the cold breeze. So whatever we did with this problem, are we all convinced that this approach would be helpful? And the crux of that approach is, don't just blindly solve it, even if you guys know how to solve it. Put some thoughts around it to see if you have a way to eliminate that you don't want to do. Yeah? Is that okay for everybody? Now with whatever we have learned or seen, let's look at one more problem and see how helpful it is to apply those concepts. Let's pick up another problem. I'm talking about which of the following is equivalent to 6x squared plus 5x divided by 3x plus 1. You have four options. A is 2x, B is 3x plus 4, C is 2x minus 1 by 3x plus 1, and D is 2x plus 1 minus 1 by 3x plus 1. So let me read the question for you guys one more time. Is everybody with me so far? The question is 6x squared plus 5x divided by 3x plus 1. This is equivalent to which of the following options we have? First option is 2x. Second option is 3x plus 4. Third option is 2x minus 1 by 3x plus 1. Fourth option is 2x plus 1 minus 1 by 3x plus 1. Now, I do not want you guys to solve this. Without solving, only with reading, analysis, and without Nike. Tell me what is your answer and what is your approach. Why you are thinking that is the right answer, or that could be the right answer. I'm giving you guys just 2 minutes. Think about it and then give me an answer. Don't solve it. I don't want anybody to solve it. Use elimination technique, use your analytical skills for giving me the right answer and then tell me the story. Okay. I will just reserve your answer as B. I'll come to you to poke a hole in your brain. Yes, Praneeth. Which one? B. B as in Bombay?
No, D.
D as in David. Okay. Yes, Varun.
I also got D.
D as in David?
Yes.
Okay. Yes, Purvi.
I also.
You also got D?
Yeah.
Okay. No, I don't want any disturbance in the class. Okay.
I got
You also got D? Okay.
I got
You are. I'm sorry? Okay. D.
And I also got
You also got D. How about you, Hiranya?
I got
Am I calling your name correctly, beta?
my name is Savanya.
Saranya. My bad. It takes me 1 or 2 classes to memorize your name, okay? So bear with me. There is no intent It's only the problem with the age. Okay. So, Saranya, you got which one? D. Okay. Chris.
Yeah, I'm just thinking about it just a little bit.
Okay.
More
Omkar. Om. What are you leaning towards?
I'm thinking about it too.
Little louder.
I'm thinking about it too.
Okay.
I got
You got D. D. Okay. Let's see. And whatever answer, whichever option you are leaning on, make sure that you have your story ready, okay? You have to convince me or at least explain me. I mean, there's no power I have. You have to just convince me or explain me what did go in your mind to come to that conclusion. Okay, time out. So let's see. Saranya, you have to tell me how did you come to D? I mean, what went in your mind? That's what I'm trying to read. I'm not able to hear you better. Okay. Okay, I'll come to Saranya again. Praneeth.
So, when I looked at this problem, I saw that there was a 6x squared. So I knew there had to be at least two different x values in like two different places, like on top and below. So I could rule out A and B because those were both linear. That left me at C and then D. And with that, I narrowed it down to
Okay. Okay. All right. Sahib. What went in your mind? That's what I'm interested in.
I thought the 4 was 4. I saw it.
A little louder. You have to shout like me.
I thought the 4 was a 4x. But I put B originally. But then I changed it to
Okay. Yeah. Okay. You thought this is anyways. I mean, this is easy to rule out because. Okay, fine. Let me not give much clue. Yes, better.
So I thought it was B at first too,
Uh-huh.
but then I didn't see the square where it says 6x. I thought it just said 6x. So when I saw 6x squared, there has to be two different x values.
Okay. Saranya, are you ready to tell me a story, beta?
Yeah, I think so.
I'm a fifth grader right now. You have to explain me in a very simple way. Like you're teaching me, okay? It's okay.
In the equation, there is like 3x plus 1.
Uh-huh.
So I thought like there would be one of the options.
Uh-huh.
And then
Okay. Purvi, you want to add something, beta?
Not really.
Okay. Now let me give you guys my dirty method. Okay. Since I told. Okay. I do not tolerate any disturbance in my class. What to have? Okay, sorry. You guys okay, right? I'm not. Is it okay?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I'm just killing the insects and I don't want them to come and kind of poke any of you. Now, this is my approach. This is what I will think. What do I have here? 6x squared plus 5x. What I have here? 3x plus 1. Is there something common? See, if I have something like 8 by 4, my life becomes very easy, right? I'll say, oh, it's 2. Because 8 is 4 times 2. And I can do tic-tac-toe. I have this as answer. Here, do I have that option? If I had that option, I would have gotten probably these two as an answer. Now we don't know. So, can I rewrite my equation a little bit differently? Okay. So that I take something common out, because I see that there are options where I can split that as natural whole number. I mean, if I assume x is a whole number and then a fraction, right? Do I have the option of splitting it? If I say 6x squared plus 5x and I have 3x plus 1, what do I do to make this equal to this? If I multiply this by 2x, then it will become 6x squared plus 2x plus times 1 is 2x. Okay. Now I'm getting closer to this. Meaning, now let's look at it. If I have 6x squared, I can split this as 6x squared. Let me do this one, a reverse of this. 3x plus 1. Let me multiply this by 2x. What do I get? 6x squared plus 2x. Oh, so here what I have is 6x squared plus 2x plus 3x. Correct? And then I have 3x plus 1. And I know that if I multiply 3x plus 1 by 2x, I get this part. So what I'm left with is, okay, if I take these two things together and keep this separate, then it becomes 6x squared plus 2x divided by 3x plus 1 plus 3x by 3x plus 1. Yeah? So what it becomes? It becomes 2x. This part is nothing but 2x. So because this is, if I take, okay, let me keep it simple. 2x I'm taking common, it becomes 3x plus 1 divided by 3x plus 1. And then I have 3x by 3x plus 1. So I can knock off these two. What I have is 2x plus 3x by 3x plus 1. Oh, I don't have that option. Do I have this option, 2x plus 3x by 3x plus 1? No, I don't have that option. This is ruled out, this is ruled out. I have to have some rational form. So these two options are ruled out. Now between these two I have to choose. 2x minus 1 by 3x plus 1 or 2x plus 1 minus 1 by 3x plus 1. Which of the option is correct? How do you figure it out? Now here if you look at it, what I have 3x by 3x plus 1, which I can write as 3x plus 1 minus 1 divided by 3x plus 1. Correct? So this whole thing will become 1 and this whole thing will become 1 by 3x plus 1. So it's 1 minus 1 by 3x plus 1. 3x, 2x plus 1 minus 1 by 3x plus 1. That's what I'm leaning towards. That becomes my option. And I can see some question mark on the faces. Yeah? No, and that's okay. That's perfectly fine. We have to put that effort to be clear about it. So let's go step by step. How much time do we have? We still have 4 more minutes. So bear with me. So far by doing all this, we got 2x plus 3x by 3x plus 1. Up to this much is okay? Everybody? Shiv, Grace, Saranya, everybody? Tansi, Purvi? Okay.
Yes.
So we got our final result so far is 2x plus 3x by 3x plus 1. Unfortunately, that is not matching up with any of the options that we have. Yeah? But one thing is for sure, these two guys, this question is not as simple as the answer looks. These two I will rule out. I'm not going to focus my energy on these two because these two are out of question right now. Between these two I have to pick up. Now, this one, since it is not matching, I'm just looking at ways to simplify it further. Okay, I have 3x here and 3x plus 1 here. Can I say 3x equal to 3x plus 1? Because then it will match with this guy. And then a minus 1. It is okay. If this is okay, then it becomes 2x plus this whole thing and this whole thing. Meaning 3x plus 1 by 3x plus 1, one part. And then the second part is minus 1 by 3x plus 1. This thing translates into 1. 2x plus 1 minus 1 by 3x plus 1. Now it matches with your answer. Now when it comes to the story part of it, when I was asking you guys to tell me the story, you had to look at it this way. That okay, fine. I had these options. From this problem, I'll try to find out what is common between my denominator and the numerator. If I'm able to do that, I'm able to go ahead, simplify it and get this. Or there is one more method, which is about dividing a polynomial by another polynomial. Tell me who all knows how to do it. Dividing one polynomial by another polynomial. You know it? Om, you know it? Urvi, Praneet. I'm talking about, see, this was the thing. This divided by this. 6x squared plus 5x. This is to be divided by 3x plus 1. What I will do is, okay, what do I multiply? So first thing I will do is, I will try matching this one. So what I have to do for this matching this one is, if I multiply this by 2x, what it becomes? This whole thing becomes 2x into 3x plus 1. Do it like a normal division, okay? So 2x into 3x plus 1 becomes 6x squared. 2x into 1 becomes 2x. Now subtract. These two gone. What do I have? 3x. Now you're trying to divide this by this. So, okay. And this number is smaller than this. Yep. What happened? Another suicidal attempt? Okay. I'll not do that if that looks cruel to you guys. So what do I have here is, this number is smaller than this, so I'm not going to continue further. This is where you stop, right? When you are doing normal division, this is your remainder. So what you got is, this divided by this gives you 2x as the answer plus the remainder by this. And then you can do whatever I did after this. 3x plus 1 minus 1 and then you split this. Yep. So there are different ways of approaching the same problem. You have to, and you will find multiple ideas, multiple approaches for solving the problem, provided you don't ignore me. My humble request to all my kids, don't ignore me. Meaning, don't hesitate from analyzing how you want to approach the problem. When you analyze it, that 15 seconds, that 20 seconds that you're spending for analyzing after reading the question, that does magic for us. That gives you multiple options, and you, with practice, you will figure out how do you go about solving things in a much easier, smarter way. Is that looking okay so far? How about continuing with this class for next 2 hours? Now, that is what I like. You guys have to be very candid and upfront, okay? If I make a statement which doesn't resonate well, give me a thumbs down, okay? And we are not going to get anybody stressed out. I will let you guys go, enjoy your rest of your evening, have fun, have a good night dinner, have a good sleep. We'll meet again next Tuesday. And again, I'm repeating myself, this is just a stopgap arrangement for this week and next week. So next week also we'll have the classes on Tuesday and Thursday in the evening, like today and yesterday and day before yesterday. The week following that, we'll go back to our normal schedule where we'll meet at 3 p.m. on Saturday and Sunday. Yep, for the city classes, and at 7:15 p.m. for the pre-calculus classes on Wednesdays, whoever is in the pre-calculus class. Alright? So with that being said, I hope, Saranya, I did not disappoint you in your first class. We learned something. And Anjani, I know I disappointed her by killing 2 insects in the
Oh,
classroom.
that's okay.
But yeah. Alright. With that being said, I'll let you guys go have fun. Yep. Alright. Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye. Good night.
Bye, sir. Thank
Bye bye. Bye bye. Okay.